Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to welcome everyone for joining me tonight. We are going over the book Essential Islam, or called as Al-Risalatul Jami'ah, right? And again, it's translated as the essential of Islam. So today it's just going to be the introduction. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna go over some notes, the notes that I feel as though is important, but my main focus is how I was taught by my teachers is to get you to know the most important parts of the religion so you can take it, embody it, practice it, and convey it. Right? So some notes I'm going to say, right? Some notes I'm going to say, and some notes I'm not. All right. Alhamdulillah, good. What's going on, bro? I'm happy that you joined me. So inshallah ta'ala, if you're not doing anything, I would like you to sit back, listen, right, and watch. And if you are in the house by yourself, little bro, just take notes because this is an important book too. This is something that will give you a better understanding too of Islam. You know what I'm saying, little bro? So inshallah ta'ala, I'm happy that you're watching too. So again, this is just the introduction. So today will be the introduction. Next week, the same time, 7 o'clock, I will have more set up. Like I said, due to the storm, I got my son in there. So I was a little bit all over the place, inshallah ta'ala. But today will be the introduction. Won't be too long, but it's just to get us to understand the author, right? Where the text is coming from, right? How important this author is to our deen. And like I said, we'll just go over that for now. And then at the end, I will have a Q&A, right? So we could just, talk about anything pertaining to deen. And then we'll go from there, inshallah ta'ala. So again, we're going over the introduction. So the scholar, he starts off by saying, all praise is due to Allah of the worlds. May Allah send prayers and salutation upon his servant, sent as mercy to the world, Muhammad, the seal of prophets, and likewise upon his family, companions, and those who follow him in excellence until the day of recompense. Okay, so as we know, all shuyukh, they all start off with the introduction of praising Allah. Alhamdulillah, right? Alhamdulillah. Just by this, I can go over a long detail about the alhamd and all these other things, right? But we're just going over, I said, we're just going over the introduction. When we get into the text, I may break it down some because it is important, but I'm not going to get into detail how I went over detail with it with my teachers. I'm just going to give it to you, hit you in your gut with it, inshallah ta'ala. You take it in and say, okay, alhamdulillah, I understand, right? And everybody who ever attended my class, I try to get the people who are watching active in it so it keeps you coming in, right? So again, the Shaykh starts off by all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. May Allah send prayers and salutation upon his servant. Sent as a mercy to the worlds, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the seal of prophets, likewise upon his family, companions, and those who follow him in excellence. Keep that in mind until the day of recompense. This text, Al-Risalatul Jami'ah, is translated as the essential of Islam. Has been used for 3 centuries as a basic introduction to the rules and principles of Islam. So to the rules and principles of Islam. So what do we mean the rules and principles, right? What we must believe, what we don't believe, how we practice, and when we practice, what is upon us that could be sinful, what is lawful, what is frowned upon, what is pleasing, and what brings us closer to Allah. And I will break all these type of things down, but I'm just breaking that down so we can get an understanding, right? It has served as an elementary book all over the world. So this is a basic book. And sometimes we be looking at these books like this is oh, this is complex. I can't understand it. But these are basic books that was used for kids. But we're all babies in Deen. You, me, whoever think we have the we're all babies in Deen. When we fit the criteria of the likeness of Imam Nawawi rahimahullah ta'ala, or even a scholar who wrote this book, or Imam Shafi, or Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal, Imam al-Bayhaqi. We start, putting ourselves in the criteria of this, right? Of these people, we are all babies of their students who are babies to their students. So we're like, I don't know what we would call. We're like the nutfa. We just in there. We just popped in there. We just the semen still compared to them, right? If they're babies, we're like the nutfa. We're just there. All right. So it's used for the served as an elementary book all over the world, especially in East Africa, the Yemen, and the Far East. So this book was used in East Africa, such as, the Somalian, all these people from there, Sudan, the Sudanese, the Yemenis, and Far East. It presents in a few pages the basic facts of belief, So aqidah, right? What we must believe about Allah and what we don't believe about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So it breaks down a basic facts, the basic facts of belief, right? So this is what we need to know, not the complex, the complex part of our religion, right? Not the complex part of aqidah, right? But the basic that is used for any mukallaf. For the questionnaires who are watching, for the people who are Muslim who watch, who understand what is a mukallaf. I want y'all to answer that. Write that down. What is a mukallaf? I got it in my memory. So whoever knows what a mukallaf is, write it down for anyone who's in on the page of Tajdid Sunnah, or our YouTube page. Please answer. What is a mukallaf? Right? What is a mukallaf? That's the question. I would love for y'all to write that down. Okay. So again, it presents in a few pages the basic facts of belief, ibadah, worship, and morals, adab, etiquette, whatever you want to say, which are obligatory knowledge for every Muslim man and woman. Okay? So keep that in mind. Again, it presents in a few pages the basic facts of belief, right? The basic facts of belief, worship, morals, which are obligatory knowledge for every Muslim man and Muslim woman. Okay? So we got that. Tayyib, is everybody straight? Do we understand? Do we understand? Are we there? If y'all watching on my Facebook page, give me thumbs up. Please give me thumbs up so I can see that everybody's with me. And if the page is slow or if the connection is bad, please let me know. Okay? So, and please forgive the train. I live, I'm in a nice town that's convenient. Well, we have the train close here. All right, you just came in. Alhamdulillah. Can you see? Is the service good? Is the connection bad? Just inform me of anything, any error. Okay? Because normally I try to do it in the masjid where it's tranquility. I'm home now due to the the weather. So next time it will be better. Okay? So now we're going to go into the author. Who's the author? Right? Okay, Georgie Jones. The question was for the people who are tuned in, what is a mukallaf? What identifies someone who is legally responsible? Okay? That's the question. Who is legally responsible in Islam and what makes them legally responsible? So what is a mukallaf and who's a mukallaf? Okay, the author. His name is Ahmed ibn Zayn ibn Alawi ibn Ahmed al-Habashi. Was born in the town of Ghurfa in Hadramaut region of South Arabia at the beginning of the year 1060 Hijra, which is in our time 1659. Okay? Okay? So again, his name is Ahmed ibn Zayn ibn Alawi ibn Ahmed al-Habashi. He was born in the town Gordofat in the Hadramaut region of South Africa at the beginning year of 1069 Hijra. So 1069 years after Hijra, which in our time is 1659. Okay? Imam Fahim, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I see you in, mashallah. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the support, Fahim Lee. Well, Imam Fahim, I got to give you big credit. Imam Fahim, Imam of the Boombat, Imam of Masjid Quba School in Camden. Please show him support too as well. So as a young student, he was accustomed to traveling great distances on foot to the town of Shibam, Sayun, and Tarim in search of knowledge. So just think about that, right? Think about that. When we think about how these people sacrifice their lives to gain the knowledge of religion so they can learn it, take it in, and convey it to other people with good intentions, right? So we all know the hadith, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. These are based upon intentions. I love this hadith because we have to state our intentions, right? Make our intentions well and all our deeds will be good, right? So think about the sacrifices that they made by traveling by foot, crossing many, many lands to gain knowledge, by sitting with people of knowledge. And by acquiring this knowledge, one of the major things you have to know is that I don't know anything. You have to take that, Bruce Lee had that thing, being water, be water, right? So you have to take that filthy cup of everything you had, such as what we are contained with. When you think about what we're contained with soda, sugar, fats, all type of carbs, all unhealthy things, right? Mud, everything, right? We have to pour that out and acknowledge that our cup is empty and say, I have an empty cup. And I want to fill this cup with what? It says nutrients to the body. Vitamin D, vitamin C, right? All these things, right? So this is what we got to acknowledge. We have an empty cup. We got to pour that nonsense out, and we have to come with an empty cup and say, I need it filled with the things that is beneficial to me. And what is beneficial to you is anything that makes your path to Jannah easy. Make sense? So acquiring the knowledge that we need to make our path to Jannah easy. All right? That's what we got to do. We got to empty this filthy cup and come with empty this nasty cup and come with the empty cup and do that. So this is what a lot of us did. Well, not me. The scholars of the times, right? I don't know anything, so I'm going to travel to gain this, right? And again, listen to what it said. As a young student, he was accustomed to traveling great distances. And we think great, thousands of miles, hundreds of miles. And listen to again, great distances on foot to the town of Shibam. So by foot he traveled. So think about that, right? Sleeping in villages, caverns and things like that to get to these certain towns, right? Just think about how it was back then, right? He studied all Islamic subjects, including jurisprudence, theology, theology, the Prophet's biography. So he studied fiqh or sharia, right? Fiqh, sirah, lughatu Arabiya, right? The grammar, the rhetoric, literature under Sayyid Abdullah ibn Ahmed al-Faqih, right? For 40 years, he kept the company of Imam Abdullah ibn Alawi al-Haddad. Al-Haddad. And if we know this scholar himself, right? Great scholar. Imam Haddad, right? Great scholar. So I would like for y'all to do your homework or find out who this person is. So write this down, y'all. Abdullah ibn Alawi al-Haddad. So again, for 40 years, he kept the company of Imam Abdullah ibn Alawi al-Haddad. Write this scholar name down, what it sounds like. Write it down, or whoever has this book, look up this man, this great scholar, grab the books, learn the books, and again, put it in your daily lives and practice it. Who taught him more than 70 books relating to a wide variety of Islamic disciplines, including tasawwuf, which is spirituality. So when we hear about tasawwuf, it's kind of scary when it comes to people of the tri-state area. When you think of Sufis, you think of, the people of innovation, right? In our terms, we call them the goofy Sufis. But in this reality, we're speaking about the people who, right, practices of taking out the what's the word I'm looking for? The unpleasing traits and filling them with great traits and pleasures of loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The unbefitting traits and filling it with befitting traits. So all these the envy, the hatred, the showing off, taking this out of your heart and filling it with everything that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they practice this, right? This was their goal at all times. These are the true people of Tasawwuf, right? He was described by his teacher as the learned Aztec or learned Sufi who was sent to me. Ahmed ibn Zayn composed a number of books, including speeches, advice letters, and commentaries of his teacher's poetry. He established many masajid in various parts of Hadramaut. He died on Friday, mashallah. May we all die on this beautiful day of Jumu'ah. Right? On Friday, 19th of Sha'ban, 1145, after Hijrah, the 27th day of October, 1732 of our time. Okay? So we go back to, again, for your notes, I would like for you to, that this man, write his name, Ahmed ibn Zayn ibn Alawi ibn Ahmed al-Habashi, right? He was born in the town of Ghurfa in Hadramaut, right? That's one thing I would like you to take notes of. And he was born 1069 Hijri. And then put 1659 of our time. Okay? And he died, right, on the 19th of Sha'ban, 1145 Hijri, or the 27th of October of 1732 of our time. Okay? So inshallah ta'ala, y'all wrote that. Do everybody got it? If you have it, show me some thumbs. Please show me this. Like I said, I want y'all to interact. Show me some thumbs if y'all have it. And again, the question for those who are watching, what is a mukallaf and who is the mukallaf? So I would like to see the answer of that. Okay, so going in the translation and acknowledgements. The original translation, okay, so now we have speaking of the original translation, was made with permission of the late Ahmed Mashur ibn Taha al-Haddad. Right, so it just speaks about and how it was edited by Sheikh Abdul Hakim Murad, right? So this is just breaking down, like it was many other for this, right? And then, he ends it off by saying, all good is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, granted through the blessed author, and all faults and defects are responsibilities of the translator. And by Allah is tawfiq and enabling success. So this is just, like I said, this is just the introduction. This is just the introduction to know what we are getting into, who's the author, taking the notes of the author, right? And then once we get into the class, it's going to take a little bit longer because I'm going to be reading the Arabic, translating some of the Arabic, going into it, and I'm going to be bouncing around like that. But inshallah ta'ala, we all will receive the blessed benefit of this book. Okay? So, from here, right? I want everyone who don't have it to look for the PDF if you have a tablet. Again, it's called Risalatul Jamia, or the Essentials of Islam. And again, who's the author? The author is Ahmed ibn Zayn ibn Alawi ibn Ahmed al-Habashi. Okay, y'all? So when you do look for it on the PDF, type that down. Okay? And inshallah ta'ala, you download it on PDF, and then we'll go over the book. So, with questions, right? We can go into the Q&A, or y'all would like to go over the first chapter. With the show of hands, do you want to stick to the introduction and give you a week to get the book, or do you want to go over the first chapter? Please, show of hands, show thumbs, right? If not, we can stick to the introduction, small, brief thing, just to show you what we are dealing with, inshallah ta'ala. Then, as I said, starting off, I'm going to be reading the Arabic. I'm going to be reading the Arabic, and I'm going to be bouncing from that to that. I said the first chapter may be 2 weeks, and it's small, but it may be 2 weeks. Okay? So if you have the book, we will be going over it next week, inshallah ta'ala, if I don't see any hands. Or, right? Or we can start this week. But if for those who don't have it, you would like to wait a week, order the book that you've seen on my page. Order the book. Receive the book. You may find it on Amazon. I will try to, put the thing, share it on Facebook so you can click it and you can order it. Inshallah ta'ala. So, but this is the book will be going over that I've learned that, inshallah ta'ala, that, alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow me to finish memorizing it as well. So we can, get to it. Because inshallah ta'ala, like I said, we need to fill ourselves with the things that make our path to Jannah easy, right? In our path for Jannah easy. So from here, since I didn't see any hands, do we have any questions? What's the purpose of the book? What are we going to be receiving from this book? What are we expecting after the book? Is it going to be any text or anything pertaining to Deen? We will do a Q&A. So do anybody have any questions? I'm waiting. Let me check over here. Okay, so now I check the comments over here. So Sister Jamila, she said, when I asked what is a mukallaf, this is her response: a person who has reached puberty, maturity. Right? In Islam, it's aql balagh asalimu hawaz balagatu da'watul Islam. Right? Aql, that means this person has comprehension. Right? Balagh, he reached pubescent. Right? He reaches pubescent, or she reaches pubescent. With the man, is once he sees the semen reaches out, right? He sees that, or some even say a pubic hair has started growing, right? His senses work, all his senses work, and he receives the dawah to Islam, that the dawah to Islam has reached him. So he must be sane mind, pubescent, in the Shafi school, that his senses work, and that the dawah to Islam has reached him. This will make you a mukallaf, right? And when you are a mukallaf, you are held responsible of all your personal obligation, your farda ayn. So establishing the prayer, fasting, everything that a person is required to do as a Muslim, you are legally held responsible. So if you do not do so, it may be possible that you receive punishment. And if you do, inshallah ta'ala, you receive the pleasures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So this is what a mukallaf is in Islam. Tayyib? Okay, good job. Good job. I just made it a little bit more, right? Okay, so any other questions, y'all? Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, so again, what I'm going to do once we end it, I am going to put the thing on the page so you can download the book and you are able to get it. Okay. So this is just an introduction. Inshallah ta'ala, we will start the book next week. No ifs and buts about it. Hold me responsible if I don't do so. Okay. But my intentions as well. And like I said, Iman Khalil brought me back outside. You know, I was kind of, scared to be outside. You know, I'm kind of like a sissy now. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like soft now. So I didn't really want to be outside. It's too cold outside. You know what I mean? It's too cold outside. I don't like outside anymore, you know? But inshallah ta'ala, he said that, this is something we have to do. So I'm outside, right? So we'll end it here. Next week, we will start the book. No ifs and buts about it. Please bring a notebook and please interact, okay? So I'm going to end here. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah ta'ala, I'll see you next week. Same time, different place. I will be in the masjid. And we're going to go ham. We're going to go crazy. And inshallah ta'ala, that we all receive the benefit of what this book has to offer. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.